Now goes over George for a 3-ball. He got it!
3-4 George!
Langford, 4-2. Oh, he's found it now, huh?
All-Americans. All-Americans doing all-American things.
There's the two-man game again. Kithier the kick. Arns the good look. Pretty basketball to tie the game.
In the first half. Winston dribbling around, always got a room down the lane, and he is hit hard by Liddell. He got rocked to the floor. The shot is away, and it's good. No whistle. And Tom Izzo wants it.
Dear Michigan State basketball, I didn't know what this journey would bring to me. I didn't know what Michigan State would present to me. But I came in open-minded and excited. I embraced the journey. I didn't rush the results. I embraced every step of it. And looking back on it, where I'm at now, I think I chose the best route to do it. I didn't try to look too far ahead. I didn't think about what was next. I stayed in the moment, and I enjoyed, each and every moment that I could, through the ups and the downs. It wasn't all pretty, it wasn't all sweet, but, I stayed in the moment. I fought my way through the downs, and I embraced the ups. So I think my journey here has been amazing for me.
The biggest memory that I probably have is my first day coming on campus, just because that was just when everything just changed, all for the good, but probably the first day on campus it's going to be something I always will remember.
My favorite image, my favorite thought when thinking about my time here is playing in the NCAA tournament last year versus Bradley in the first half and going up to the free throw line down 1. That's kind of an image that's always going to stick with me for the rest of my life. And then beating Duke and running out on the court and just being on the podium and everything. And all the confetti falling and we got the trophy in our hands, holding it up. Those are 2 images that I'm never gonna forget.
Some of the favorite moments I have since I've been here are easily winning the Big Ten tournament championships, the Big Ten championships.
There you are, your Big Ten champions once again for the 6th time. It's Michigan State.
Just watching the guys win that game, the celebration to it, the smiles on everyone's faces, being able to go hug my mom and dad, my family that was there, it meant a lot to me, and just all the work that you put in. You live for those type of moments, so it really meant a lot to me.
The shooting happened at the apartments on Garden Valley Avenue.
An apartment fire on Garden Valley Avenue.
Cleveland's east side, at least 18 people hit by bullets. 1 person is dead.
I grew up in the projects. It's called Garden Valley. It was a very poor place where we lived. It was probably shootings like 3 times, 4 times a week, maybe more. Me and my siblings were definitely close during that time, so all we had really was each other, just because we just felt like we were the only ones that cared about each other. We felt like our foster mom and our foster siblings didn't care about us. We hid in the closet in our living room when we would hear gunshots. We didn't know if they were in the building. We were really young, but we knew what guns were. So every time we would hear gunshots, we would just hide. That was a really rough time for us, but we grew from it. When we got back with our mom, things were different.
I don't see how you can swim in a dirty pool. You can't even swim in a clean one.
When I was in 6th grade, our school gave us laptops, and I used that as a way to start doing music, to start making beats, to start making my own CDs and covers. It just brings out just a different side of me that I don't get on the track. And it was just something that I could go to when I felt like I couldn't do anything else before I started doing sports. That was something that I really liked to do. That was definitely a big part of my life when I was in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. I started summer track in 7th grade. Me and my little sister, I think we just went to the track one day in Cleveland Heights. The high school we went to the track, and then I saw some kids running with a coach. And I was just curious. I was a curious kid. I wanted to know everything. So I went over and asked what they were doing. And they were training for like summer track, summer Olympics and stuff like that. And I didn't know anything about it. And then they saw me running and they were like, okay, this girl's actually pretty good. So they actually kind of recruited me to their team.
I've known Asia since she was 11 years old. I was her summer track coach, convinced her to do the multi-event. And all it took was for her to be focused to be great at it.
He just helped out a lot. He became like a second father to me. He mentored me a lot. I still talk to him.
But our relationship, it's like father and daughter. I mean, it doesn't get any closer than that. I love her to death. I'm very, very proud of her. And oftentimes as a coach, you think, you know, I can't wait to make an impact on this kid, but I can honestly say that she changed my life. And because of that, she changed the lives of all the other kids that are in our program that look up to her.
Ever since 7th grade, every summer, I just did track. Like, I didn't do anything else but track every summer. I didn't really have freedom from 7th grade until my senior year.
Every summer and every school year, she just kept joining volleyball or track, the Cleveland Express or with the school. So she just stayed involved, and I seen the potential and her strength just grow and grow and grow. I'm like, wow, I want to be like you when I grow up. She's my role model.
Let's go. Let's take it to them. They're leaning back a little bit right now. Let's keep pushing them. Keep pushing them, boys. Here we go. Let's go. Come on.
Attack them. Fight on 1-1. Fight!
We moved in July of 2015. I was not expecting it. We'd said that we were going to move like a year before and that we were thinking about it. And when people say that, like, you're kind of like, yeah, okay, maybe we'll move, but it's not really real to you. And then once we moved, it was like, oh wow, we actually got it. We actually got to move to Europe. So at first I was, you know, nervous, but also really excited.
His father works for Ford and was transferred to London first, and they lived there for a year, and then they moved to Germany, and they've been there since then.
It did bring us closer because we traveled together and spent a lot of time together.
We very rarely take international players, but Anthony's story, where he grew up in the Detroit area and then moved away from Germany and England, he was obviously a player that we had on our radar, but just kind of a little bit of a wild card because he didn't play the same tournaments that the rest of our recruits were playing.
Being from Michigan, I always wanted to play Michigan or Michigan State. It was 2018 when I first was talking to Coach O. He offered to meet up and have a hit. And so I flew back to Michigan for about a few weeks to see some coaches and hit with some people, and Michigan State was one of them.
My older sister, Mary Beth, her and I went to interview with Coach Orlando and saw the campus and kind of was the parent of the situation.
It wasn't till about 2 weeks before I had to make a decision on where I wanted to go is when Coach O was like, okay, we really want you on the team. And I was like, oh, cool. I was almost blinded by excitement of being able to play here. And it didn't hit me until, because when I came back, they all came back with me to see me off to college. And them leaving my dorm was tough because I know I probably wasn't going to see them for a very long time. And that was probably the toughest part right there is when they were leaving my dorm.
You didn't get out of districts. This year, 3-event regional champion, and you are able to go to state. How special of a year has this been for you overall?
It's been the best year, and I'm so excited for next year because I'm going to be on top of the podium next year.
In high school, I moved to South Euclid and Cleveland Heights and Shaker. So I went to 3 different high schools. So I've been around Cleveland, around the whole city, basically. The first year I went to high school, I already experienced a lot of stuff that people haven't even experienced their senior year. I definitely grew a lot in high school. I learned about colleges. I learned that I could get a scholarship if I did the best that I could in my event. And yeah, high school was a really big eye-opener for me in the sports life, and in life, because I transferred 3 times. So I won my first state title my sophomore year. After that, I went to states every year, and I just kept getting better and better despite injuries that I was going through in high school. I wanted to get attention from colleges, but I just didn't know how it would be. So for me to receive those letters to my house, I'm the only one receiving college letters in my house, and nobody has been to college. So for my siblings to see that and for my mom to see that I could actually do something, it just made me feel really, really good. People really started to watch, and people really started to pay attention and respect me. And when I got to this campus, Just everybody just seemed to care about me. The coach, after she called me, I knew she cared. It was just a different feeling here, and I knew Michigan State was the one.
We were suite mates and playing music, dancing, laughing. You could always hear her like just enjoying life in the next room. And even when I first met her, she was pushing a South Wonders cart with all her stuff, literally like hitting the quan. It was the funniest thing ever. But she was just always just full of life, and like it never really changed.
Dear Michigan State basketball.
The biggest change that I had since freshman year has always been finding a way to fight through adversity, being knocked down and always finding a way to get back up. It's something that's not easy to do, but having people that motivate you each and every day and being surrounded by it helps a lot, and just finding always a way to get back out on the court, it means a lot to me.
To my teammates, I know you guys are always going to work hard. It goes by fast, and you guys hear that every day, and Coach always is preaching it. Just take each and every day and act like it could be your last, because you never know when something like this could happen, and it's taken away from you in a blink of an eye. We've won a lot of games and we've lost a few heartbreakers, and that comes with the territory of playing Division I basketball. But the one thing that I'm never going to forget is the friendships, the bonds that I've created throughout my 5 years here.
God started working on my heart, but then he also used people around me as far as my teammates and my coaches that has helped me mature as a young man.
Having my teammates, the coaches, everyone that has my back, coming back to senior year meant a lot to me because I felt like I had something to prove, especially going out last year with an injury and seeing all the success we still had as a team. I felt still motivated to come back and fight with them. So it really means a lot that they stuck by my side and motivated me through it.
Thank you to the fans. Through the highs and the lows, you guys stuck with us no matter what. Couldn't be more happy, couldn't be more appreciative of you guys for never giving up on us and always being behind us. It really is felt, especially when you go into neutral court games and you guys are always the ones showing up and always the one cheering louder than the other team, and we feel that when we're playing, and the energy just goes up tremendously, and we feel your presence there, so thank you guys.
I want to thank all Spartan Nation always sticking with me no matter what. Just having a guy that goes through so many injuries is easy to give up on, but it means a lot that I have so many people that have my back, and I'll always bleed green.
To my fans, to my teammates, my coaches, thank you. And, thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for being there for me when it was tough. Thank you for being on my side when it was amazing. My time here at Michigan State has been great, and I credit it all to you guys. I couldn't do it by myself. I couldn't do it without a family to embrace me. So I appreciate everyone who had a part of this journey. Appreciate everyone who pushed me, who got me better, who motivated me. And I like where I'm at now. I like how I ended my career. I like the things that I've accomplished, and hopefully I can carry that over to the next step.
As they go to 14-6, and it's a share of the Big Ten crown for the third year in a row for Sparty.
Going out on top, winning a Big Ten championship was really exciting, and that's something that I'm never going to forget. So that just makes the Big Ten championship that much more meaningful to at least me, and I know a bunch of the guys on the team. We didn't get exactly what we wanted out of this season, but we finished on top, and we did get to hang up another banner in the Breslin, which is something that we strive to do each and every year.
My team means a lot to me, and I integrated so well. The seniors on the team at the time helped me so much. The team was so inviting, and it really took less than a week for me to feel like I was like part of the team and really part of the family, and now I could almost confidently say we're one of the closest teams. If we're not connected, then we're not going to play our best. So we always have to have each other's backs, and no matter what. I live with a few of the guys on my team, I don't have a driver's license, and so they help me out with that all the time. We're just constantly helping each other out, and that's no matter what we need. And that's what a family does, and that's what I was lacking. So it's definitely helped.
Good. You just get it back on his forehand hip and you're going to be in good shape.
It's really cool,
and
just seeing things like when Anthony's here training, like over the summer, and the guys go home for Labor Day or something like that, he'll head over to one of the guys' houses and just hang out with their family, and their family will take care of him, give him home-cooked meals, things like that. So it's definitely something we preach, being a family, being there for your brothers, helping out one another when we need each other. And it's really cool to see those guys take it and run with it, even when the coaches aren't around. And that's what a good culture is about, and that's definitely what we're trying to build, and it's really cool to see our guys kind of put that into action.
Spartans on 3. 1, 2, 3. Spartans.
Team seems to be his support, his safety net, his people.
Michigan State is so special because the culture that we have to bring 100% every single day, and that bringing so much to every practice is what makes us so close, because the more you put out there, the more vulnerable you are, and the more vulnerable you are, the more you bond. And that's so special because that's how we're so close. And without that closeness, I'd be missing my family so much more.
My first year here, I took like 6 months learning each event. I didn't do the multi until outdoor. I just took a long time learning each event and studying and actually learning like which part of my body needs to be stronger. I learned nutrition, and the training was like 10 times harder. My sophomore year, I got third at outdoor Big Tens in the heptathlon. That competition showed me that I could compete at a high level. And last year, I did the pant at Big Tens, and I did really bad. Going into outdoor, I just wanted to make sure I did everything I was told. I made sure I worked extra hard, and I didn't slack in any area of my life. And that year was a really big year for me. I won outdoor Big Tens, and I ended up being second team All-American at outdoor. I found out I was the first woman here to become All-American in heptathlon. I knew that I could do something special this year if I put in the work and if I just dedicated all my time to being the best I could be here. So 6 weeks before nationals, I fractured my foot. I didn't know at the time. I was biking, underwater treadmill, the Alter G, which is no body weight on your legs when you're running, just so you don't feel any pain. Getting to nationals, I just knew I had to not think about my foot at all, because I knew it would bother me.
Like, how do you deal with that? Like, some people would crack, would fold, and if there was a Big Ten championship on their shoulders, they would not win. But Asia does.
Going into nationals, I was 23 out of 24, and coming out, I got 16th, which was odd due to the 800. I PR about 3 seconds. Going into the 800, I was like 19th. There was 2 specific girls I needed to beat by like a second. And those girls, one of the girls was at Big Tens with me, and she beat me in the 800 every time we ran. Honestly, I just paced myself right in the 800, and I saw that everybody was tired, and so I just passed them like one by one, and when I finally passed the girl I needed to pass, I didn't know how much I passed her by, but crossing the line and seeing the time and seeing them put the rankings up there, it was crazy. And I knew I had worked for it, and I knew I was hurting, but I knew I worked for it, and I knew I toned out the foot thing until after. My coach didn't tell me that I was the first woman in school history to become an All-American in the heptathlon, and when they said that there, I held it in, but I was just like, what? Nobody told me this, and it's just crazy, like all of it.
Asya Reynolds earned first team All-Big Ten, second team All-American honors, becoming the first Michigan State woman to earn All-American accolades in the heptathlon.
I received the George Alderton Award, which was the Athlete of the Year award. I got it with Allie Greer from golf.
Congratulations on a great year to Allie Greer and Asya Reynolds.
I just didn't think that college would go this well for me, but it's going the way I wanted it to go. I'm interning at an elementary school called Kendon in Lansing. Working with them, I help read to them, I help them with math. Sometimes I go to lunch with them in recess and just watch. So being in that classroom definitely brings a lot of joy to me in different areas of my life. So I can help other people, you know, that need help and need guidance. You have to work hard in some area of your life to get to where you want to be. And I just want people to know that you can work your butt off to get to where you want to be. You just have to put in the work. You can't be lazy. I always think about who I was back then, and I just think about how much I've grown, how much I've changed. I always would be sad about how much I've changed, but change can be a good thing. So just knowing that I've changed for the better, you know, I'm just so proud of myself, and I know old me would be proud of me too.